Hey everyone, it's Crystal Fuentes with the Fuentes Team and eXp Realty, and today we're going to be doing a real estate market update for December 2021. Please remember to click like and subscribe, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and is there another one missing? TikTok. And just so you know, I'm going to be doing two videos like this one. This one that you're watching right now is the long, very analytical video, so if you're a big nerd, be sure to stay on this video. And if you just want a summary or a gist of things, be sure to click on the link above for my shorter version. I'm trying to keep that one under 4 minutes. Hopefully I don't talk too much. So a lot of people think that there's going to be a market crash, and I'm sad to say for those people who are waiting for the prices to go down to $17, that's not going to happen. See, the big difference between now and back in 2008 is that mortgage lenders are actually checking for people's incomes. Back then, anybody could buy a home and get a loan for a home. They just had to walk into the mortgage company and they'd say, hey, I'd like to get a loan. And then they just give it to them. Like, they wouldn't even check anything. Crazy. But we're not doing that anymore. We've learned from our mistakes. We've learned from our mistakes as a country, and making sure that lenders check people's income to make sure they actually can pay their loans. We also learned to not do an adjustable rate mortgages. That was very drastic, and it's just a lot better to keep everything at the same rate. Also, majority of people have enough equity in their houses to not go under foreclosure. So there's not going to be many foreclosures, but there might be a few here and there, just not a whole ton like back in 2011, 2012, yeah. What we do have a lot of right now is inflation. And you're probably noticing that a lot. You notice the gas prices going up, the prices of food is going up. When you open a bag of potato chips, there's even less potato chips there, but the price still went up. That's inflation, guys. If you ever did the Great Piggy Bank Adventure game, like I did as a kid, you know that the big bad wolf is making those prices go up. If you haven't played that game, I totally recommend it. It's mostly for kids, but I thought it was a lot of fun. I'll put a link down in the description for you. So the chief economist at Zonda, Ali Wolf, says, if you have cash and are expecting inflation, you want to think through where you can put your money so it does not lose value. Housing is commonly looked at as a good inflation hedge, especially when interest rates are so low. So what our friend Ali said here is that investing in real estate is going to be great for inflation because your money is going to be going up with it, unlike a lot of other investments. And I know I might sound biased here because I'm a real estate agent, but real estate really is one of the safest investments, and it's one of the best ones in real estate. All real estate agents will tell you that. A lot of economists will probably tell you the same thing. Along with that, we've noticed that interest rates have started to go back up, and we're expecting that in 2022 they're going to reach somewhat of a normality again. So a lot of people might be thinking, oh, the interest rates are going up, they're going high, this is unbelievable, right? But remember, back in 2020, the interest rates were really low. They were at a record low, guys. We were seeing 2.5 interest rates, even down to 2.0 interest rates. That was crazy low. We haven't seen that in years. Just take a look at this graph. So if you look, 2018 was the highest that these interest rates were in the past 5 years for a 30-year fixed rate. And as you see, they were already going down in 2019, and then 2020, along with the pandemic, they just shot down, hit rock bottom. In 2021, they started to increase a little bit, and what we're expecting for 2022 is for them to go a little back to normal, where 2016 was about. So taking a look at this next graph is what many experts are predicting the interest rates are actually going to be. So in the first quarter of 2022, they're predicting it's going to be a 3.3% interest rate. In quarter 2 is 3.42 estimated interest rate. In quarter 3, they're estimating 3.55% interest rate. And in quarter 4 is 3.70% interest rate. Yeah, so what we're seeing is that interest rates are just going to keep going up, and they're probably going to keep going up in 2023 too. So the best thing to do is buy a house now, because right now is the lowest interest rates we're probably going to see in a long time. With rising mortgage rates, we've also seen rising home values. And we've seen an appreciation of almost 19.3% in typical home value in the United States. That's crazy. So what we're seeing is right now that the value of a typical home in the United States is $316,358. I said that wrong. It's $316,368. I was off by $10. Now looking here in Osceola County, the average home value is at $265,927. And that's pretty good. We've actually seen an appreciation of 10.4% over the past year, and it's the same rate for Orange County, where the typical home value actually is $306,362 per typical home value. Guys, I mean, an appreciation of 10.4% over 1 year, that's crazy. And even though it's below the national average, you're assured that the housing here is affordable. In fact, I just saw a chart the other day off of Zillow that said that Orlando is one of the top cities, one of the top 36 cities in America where a high school graduate can actually afford a home. And I think that's very sweet. That's great. I mean, imagine graduating from high school and being able to afford a home. Of course, you still have to get your work history and your credit up, but at least you know it's possible here in Central Florida. So let's take a look at the population. And I'm gonna make sure I grab my book out, that way I read these numbers correctly, because there's a lot of numbers. So the population here in Orlando, Florida had a 1.93% increase from 2020 with 1,964,000 people, which rose to 2,002,000 people living here now. Now that might seem like a lot, but remember there's 326.7 million people living in the United States. Kind of makes you feel a little bit insignificant. Knowing how many people are living here in Central Florida, we know that 37.7% of people here are homeowners, and that's going to be 754,754 people. When are you going to be one of those homeowners, huh? Give me a call. And I know a lot of you are thinking that not a lot of people were able to buy homes here in Central Florida in the past year, but guess what? 8.1% of homeowners here in Central Florida bought their home in the past year. So there is some movement, and a lot of people have been buying here in Central Florida. And keep in mind that most people don't buy a house every year. They buy it about 7 to 10 years. So that's really good. And even first-time homeowners rose from 31% to 34% this past year. So those of you who are selling your homes right now and they're priced perfectly for first-time home buyers, please keep this in mind. First-time home buyers are avoiding homes with plumbing and electrical issues. They really want to get into a home where they don't have to do much renovation. And they're also looking for a better overall value. What it means is that they don't want to put too much work into renovating and repairing things in their new home. It's not because they're lazy, it's because they do need to save money. So if there's any possible way that you can fix up little repairs around your home, that would be great for buyers, please do so. But if you absolutely can't, there's probably still going to be a buyer out there for you. Now, for the rest of you sellers out there, remember, 41% of buyers started their search online, and 95% of buyers use online tools. So what does that mean for you? You're probably going to want to hire a realtor who knows online marketing and is actually really good at it, because that's where most buyers are, right? Oh yeah. You don't know how many times I've used my own MLS to send houses to buyers, and they still send me links off of Zillow and Redfin. That's either. For the realtors who are watching, remember, those sites are not our competition. We have to use them as tools. They are our allies. Now, for my sellers who decided not to use a realtor and decided that they do not want to pay another realtor who brings a buyer to them, remember that 87% of buyers used a realtor. So you only have 13% of buyers to work with if you don't want to pay a realtor. Also keep this in mind because it's very important. Only 7% of for sale by owner homes were sold this past year, with a median price of $260,000, while the median price of agent assistant homes were sold at $318,000. What does that mean? That you're more than likely going to want to use a realtor to help you sell your house, or else you're probably going to be selling your house under value. And remember what I said before, the typical home value of a home in the United States is $316,000. That's still $2,000 less than the average sales price of an agent-assisted home sold this past year. So my for sale by owners, please explain to me, because I do not understand. Please explain to me why you decided to sell by yourself when you can get more money selling with a professional real estate agent. I know I sound biased because I'm a realtor, but I just don't understand. So if you want to explain it to me down in the comments, I would really appreciate it. Rent has also increased in the United States by 15.2%. And the typical rent price in the United States right now is $1,827, which is $600 more than the average mortgage payment for a 30-year fixed rate loan, which is at $1,275. While a 15-year fixed rate loan is at $1,751. So wouldn't it be better to buy a house and pay your mortgage than it is to rent? Can you believe that I actually had someone fight with me online about this on like TikTok? It was crazy. I was like, why are they fighting with me? Now, I understand that not everyone has enough money right now for a down payment and closing costs, or maybe their credit's not well enough to buy a house right now. But if you do have the opportunity to buy a house, I would say please do so and stop renting. Put that mortgage money back into your own pocket and grow it through equity. It's so important, and it's so great that you can make money through ownership on your own house. So if you can buy a house, please do it. And if you have to keep renting, don't sweat it. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just get ready to buy a house soon, and I hope you do. Now, for those of you who have been house hunting for a long time and you haven't found much luck in resale homes, you might find some luck in new construction homes. Now, there's a lot of benefits to buying a new construction home, especially as a first-time home buyer. A lot of new construction communities offer incentives, so be sure to ask your realtor if the community that you decided to live in has incentives to offer you. They might offer closing costs, or maybe help you with a down payment, or even offer you a lower interest rate if you use their lender. So be sure to look out for that. In addition, you can build your house from the ground up and you can customize things, and you'll even minimize repairs because it's new. You can also get energy efficient lights and utilities, that way you can save money while you're living there. And you're assured that you're the only owner living there. One thing my mom doesn't like about resale homes is that she doesn't know if there's a ghost in the house. Woo! I'm just kidding. Now, here's one thing to keep in mind with new construction homes. Unfortunately, the recession back in 2008 caused 2009 to be the year with the least amount of approved permits for new construction homes. And we're still recovering from that. You can see that we're still on our way to catching up to where we used to be. But luckily, more than 1.5 million residential permits were issued from February 2020 to February 2021. So we've been seeing a lot of new home constructions. At least here in Orlando, Florida, we have. Practically every other community is a new construction community, and there's a whole bunch more on the way. The bottom line is this. Right now is a great time to sell, and houses are selling fast like hotcakes. I'm kind of hungry now. So if you're a buyer and you're ready to buy, do it right now before interest rates get any higher. And if you're a seller and you're ready to sell, do it now before more people put their houses on the market because they start to feel more comfortable from COVID. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you found it very informative. Please remember to click like and subscribe, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I hope you guys have happy holidays and good luck on your home search and your home sales. Bye everyone.